Make It Happen greenhouse, and I'll tell you what we're doing. So you see that pile over there? We had a couple front decks that were sinking, and we kept trying to re-level them and did it a few times and gave up, ripped it out. So good news is all the planking is cedar, so we think we could reuse that. So we had an idea. So we have this path here that runs underneath this very long pallet, and you see it goes all the way to the greenhouse. But you might notice here all this mulch that's been washed out. So basically every time it rains, water comes rolling down that hill over there between the two houses, gushes through here. We end up with a little mini lake in this whole area before it rushes out under that fence over there. So the idea is, hey, can we build a bridge? So I had this idea in my head for quite a while, and a couple years actually, been mulling it over, but never really had the opportunity to take advantage of it. Didn't really have the time, nor didn't want to spend the money. But my good friend Doug gave me a shout the other day and said, hey, we just shipped in some really expensive wood from California. It had to be on these extra long, extra strong pallets, and I got two. I got an 18-footer and a 16-footer. So do you want them for putting nukes on? And I said, well, that sounds wonderful. And he wasn't kidding. These are absolutely tough stuff. So built strong. I have never seen a pallet made like this before. So anyway, so here's the 18-footer. If you measure out 16, you get almost that tree over there. So what I'm thinking about doing, and what I'm testing right now, is elevating this up just a bit. So we have these pavers that we ripped out from our patio. If you saw our other video, which we're now covering in clover, we took some pavers, we put some treated lumber under here to elevate the pallet off of the ground so it won't rot. And I figure here what we'll do is, every, I don't know, 4 to 6 feet or so, we'll go ahead and put those pavers, and then we'll put some treated lumber under there and level this thing all the way across till we get to that tree. Then what we'll do is we'll take the cedar, which was painted, which I never wanted painted. That was not my decision. But the good news is if you look on the other side, it's not painted. Yes, we got some old decking screws we got to be careful of. But I think we can just pop those screws out, flip this over, go ahead and use the cedar over top of this existing pallet and power wash that cedar, maybe a light sanding, put some stain on it or something to treat it, maybe just leave it cedar, let it turn gray. I don't know, see how the power washing goes, but you won't even see that paint. So that paint will be facing down. So we got a little bit of rot on this wood, so it's been around for, geez, that deck has to be almost 20 years old. But I hate to not reuse stuff that can be reused. So I think originally I was thinking we could run these long ways, make it a nice smooth walk, but now I'm thinking, what's going to happen is something's going to warp or something, and somebody's going to trip, stub their toe. So I say we run it just like these other boards are here. So we might have to fill in some gaps and stuff, but nothing too expensive, I don't think. And I think we have almost all the wood we need to go ahead and build this bridge. So I guess it's the Carp's Bees bridge to the Apiary. And then what we'll do at the entrance here, you can't really tell from the video, but this is actually quite a drop here. That's why the water channels through here. So I don't think it would take much to do a little ramp here or something. Maybe, there's options. So if you have options and ideas, let me know. Maybe I fill it with gravel. Maybe I just have a little wooden ramp. Probably just a wooden ramp is what I'm thinking. But do that at this end, do it again at the other end. So we'll just level as we go here, and we'll be good to go with the bridge. So stay tuned and see how this goes. Kind of excited to see how this works out. And the other option, and the other great thing that I'm thinking here is when I have to wheel a hive or a nuke on my little donkey cart, I could just go onto this bridge and it'll be a nice smooth ride versus the bumpy ride that the bees get through the grass. So that would be totally cool. And I just, you know, heck, wouldn't it be awesome if I could drive the tractor on it? Wow, that would be something. Not sure if it's it'll be wide enough, but we'll see. So stay tuned. This is going to be a long-term project. I'm doing this video here in June. I probably won't even put these together and talk about tour further along and maybe make a series out of it, but I'm kind of excited. So there you have it. It's a windy day. You probably can't hear this, but we're getting progress on the bridge. So we have the landing here on one side. Put mulch and stuff in here, maybe some gravel, the base. And we reclaiming the wood here from the front porches. So we're just doing a little test to see how it looks. So I'm going to go ahead and zip off the edges here, and we'll just see how nice and clean it looks. Stay tuned. Well, we're making a little bit of progress here. We decided to go out and around the tree. So we have the ramp, and we're about a quarter of the way done. Pretty cool. All reclaimed wood. So I think what we'll end up doing is giving it a good power wash. Then we might throw a stain on it or a sealer of some type and call it good. There's a few boards in there that are pretty questionable, but hey, this is all reclaimed stuff and a donated pallet. So the only thing I've really paid for is the fasteners and my time. Well, the bridge to Carp's Bee's apiary is getting done. So I'd say phase one is complete. Basically, we have all the reclaimed wood that we can gather on here, and we're almost to the end of the first pallet. We've trimmed everything up, reinforced everything. We're going to trim around this tree next. We have the ramp, and it's looking pretty good. So we have a few pieces of reclaimed wood left, so we'll use that, but then we're going to move to some new cedar. So we'll finish this out. We're going to need probably 8-foot pieces to finish this out. It's going to be a little bit expensive, but you know, we got this far, so we're not going to stop. So we connected up the second pallet right here and secured and leveled everything. So we're sitting on rocks and treated lumber. We'll put a baseboard along here so it looks nice. Hide some of the bougie stuff. And then once we get all the planking in, we'll put the ramp on the end and we will be done. So right into the greenhouse and apiary area. So pretty cool. We're in the home stretch. Yes, we ran out of reclaimed wood. I asked 3 friends, none available, so I had to break down and purchase some planking. But considering how long this bridge is, it's not a bad investment. So other than this planking and the fasteners, it's the only cost involved. I think I'm going to get out of this. Don't count labor, we never count labor, for under 400 bucks. Made progress. can't believe it. I'm gonna run out of screws. Damn it. We're almost done. Let's take a walk to the apiary. Over the bridge. Across the path. What do we have here? Look at that. There's the apiary. We have a new bridge. We have it. We have it the other direction. I just love this. Nice and shady. You can sit out here. I either go this way to the house or this way. To have a campfire. And look at this.